Did you know that 60% of illnesses have stress as one of their causes? At least some studies show. In over 21 years of working with people in the clinic, I can tell you when I put my hands on people and I talk to them and I ask them questions about their life and I find out where their stress points are, these are the things that they're struggling to handle, that their whole body will get tough, will get rigid, will get hard. And you can tell that the entire physiology of the body changes when they put those thoughts into their mind, when they have those emotions running through their system. And you can kind of see how what you're doing with your mind, with your brain, is affecting everything else. For some reason, a long time ago, people thought your mind and your body were separate and that you could completely separate them. And maybe on the highest level of human functioning, that's possible. You can get to a point where you're doing meditations and your body's gone. Your sense of self is gone. Your ego is kind of gone. And maybe we could talk about that in a different way when you're just like a field of consciousness. But for the average person, that's not the experience they're having. What's actually happening is their body, their mind, and their emotions are all happening together in the same place and time and affecting one another. So like I said, when I'm in the clinic and if I have my hands on someone's back and I talk to them about their life, you can tell that their work is stressing them out, or their relationships, or their kids, or their parents, or diet issues, or problems with their health, a lot of different things, but their whole body will change as you get those thoughts in their head. On the flip side, if you can get them thinking about something they love or something they appreciate, some kind of hobby that's fun, something that they enjoy, their physiology does the opposite thing. It gets softer. Their blood flow gets easier. The tension in their body just sort of melts away if you can get them to hold on to it. For some people, it takes me months to get them on a subject by talking to them that they just enjoy. And this is probably the chief thing I do in a lot of ways in terms of how that mind-body connection gets together, is to help lead their thoughts just to things that make their body relax, become easy, and try to get their mind off all the things that are stressing them out all the time. People tend to dwell on the problem. They try to dwell on the question. And if you can flip that and get your mind off the problem and off the question and onto the answer and onto the solution, the body will also change there too. So if you're thinking, hey, I need to make more money, get your mind off the question, off the, hey, I don't have enough money, off the lack, and get it onto, where can I get a little money? How can I make this work a little better? How can I be more efficient with the money I have? How can I build a new skill set that might make me some money? It's a bit of a interesting way to work yourself through some of the problems that you may have with what you're doing and its effect on your health. But one thing is certain, where your mind is going, the things that are in your mind or the emotions that you're letting run, they're going to go right into your body and they're going to change what your body is doing. That can work for you, that can work kind of against you. And we want to try to turn our day, turn our life more into what works for us and farther away from what's working against us. There's this term suffering that a lot of us like to use in terms of the things that you're kind of doing, not exactly to yourself, but you are in a way affecting yourself with it. You're not doing it consciously. For the most part, it's unconscious. That is creating a great deal of suffering for you that doesn't need to be there. That's different than, say, pain. If someone punches you and you have some physical pain in your face, that's just pain. The suffering would be the next 3 days of being like, am I a real man or woman or whatever? Am I tough? Am I strong? All those things that you're going to do in your mind that create sort of an emotional and mental suffering. You could change that and say, how do I get better at understanding if somebody is going to attack me, how do I deal with it? Or how do I change how I feel about where I'm at? But there's a little difference between pain and suffering. And a lot of what I'm trying to do is teach people how to ease and remedy their suffering. That's kind of the chief thing I'm trying to do with my channel. But one of the things you can practice is when you have a thought, try to change it a little bit so that it's a little bit more, it feels a little better to you. So if you have a thought like, I don't have enough money, change it to, okay, I see I have a bit of a problem here. These are the 3 things I'm going to start to look at to help myself. How can I cut out $1 that I'm going to spend today? How can I look for a better job? Where's a better place to look for a job? Who could I ask that would help me find a job? Could I start a business? What kind of business could I start? Could I work on my mindset around money so that I'm smarter with where I spend it? Where is my money going? Have I even tracked it? Do I know where my finances? You see where I went from money's a problem, I don't know what to do, to here's a series of solutions. And I kind of worked through smaller ones until I got to bigger ones. Just anything that felt a little better than the original thought that I have problems with money. And you can do this with anything. So as you're working through your day, if you find something that makes you feel bad, see if you can just take one little step mentally that makes you feel a little bit better, and then a little bit better, and then a little bit better. Use that feeling as an indicator that you're moving in the right direction. Oftentimes people have been taught that feeling good is bad. Feeling good is not bad. It's one of the indicators that you're moving your brain and body to a better place, to a better state. And that's useful because when you're in those better states, you're going to come up with more creative and better solutions. There is a time to just get going, right, where the pain is substantial, and that's why pain is there. It gets you moving, gets you going, it changes your behavior. But as soon as you get going, try to move towards the solution rather than away from the problem. That initial jolt of getting away from the problem is quite powerful. So that isn't bad. Just use it and move to the other side so that you're feeling better. If you start to do that over your day and you do it with more and more things, eventually it becomes a system in your mind that just works that way, whether you're thinking about it or not. And you can end up making yourself happier and better feeling, and you can reduce your stress and reduce your anxiety and change your life from this one little practice of focusing on the solution, on the thing that feels better when you think about it, so that you ease the suffering that you're creating by dwelling on problems or things in the past or worries in the future. Just try to get yourself now and find something that gets you to feel a little bit better, that's moving towards a solution rather than being focused on the problem. It's a really important thing for changing your life. That, and one of the coolest things that I think that's super cool about humans, is as you move that and you change that, your body is going to change, because you're going to move from dwelling on all those things that are sort of damaging your body, because it's creating lots of tension. It's putting you into a nervous sympathetic state, so your body ends up in fight or flight or freeze, fawning sometimes, into a place where you're looking for solutions, and your body is in rest, digestion, rebuilding, and healing. That's one of the most crucial and quintessential ways to help yourself get better when your health hasn't been good. But it's this mind, body, emotion connection. You hear me say that a lot. I know most people just use mind and body, but your emotions aren't really your mind. They're not really your body, right? They're this combination of things. And you should be, in my opinion, putting as much attention on your emotional health as on your mental health, as on your physical health, because they all fit into each other. Which means if you can make one better, you'll make the others better. If you can find the place you're weak, it'll help everything out together, and you can raise yourself up until where you're feeling better. And that will change your health on many different levels. But these things take a little time, and they take a few tools. I gave you one today, work on thinking about things that make you feel a little better. But I have quite a few other tools in my books and in my courses. So follow for more tips to feel better. Let me know if you have any questions or there's things I can help with in the comments, and we'll move farther forward. So follow for more tips to feel better.